Hello and welcome to Tech Guinness. My name is Chandra and I am a technology explorer. This video is part of Spring Boot recipes and today we'll see how to get started with Spring Boot. So let's start. We will be covering following topics: introduction to Spring Boot, then we will see Spring Initializers, how it helps us to initialize our project, then we'll see a hands-on demo. So what exactly is Spring Boot? Right, so Spring Boot is an opinionated view of the Spring platform and third-party libraries so that developers can get started quickly. So what does it means is that developers need not to worry about the version mismatch problems they have faced earlier. So what Spring Boot has does, it has given a set of starter dependencies so that they are already interrelated. Okay, so you won't be getting any version mismatches in your development. And we can see that most of the Spring Boot applications, they need just a minimal Spring configuration, and that can be configured via application.properties file as well. So talking about the features, so it will create a standalone Spring application. Then previously we need to deploy the war files in our servers, right? So here we have be given the choice of embedding the Tomcat, Jetty or Undertow directly. So you will not be deploying war files in the web servers. So it provides opinionated starter dependency to simplify your build configuration. Then it automatically configures Spring and third-party libraries whenever possible. Also, the important thing is that it provides you production-ready features such as metrics, health checks, and externalized configuration. So this will be handy in case of your application going to production. Then lastly, it is your plain Java configuration, no need of your XML configuration it is required. Okay, so let's start with hands-on. So here are your prerequisites. You need a prior knowledge on Java, that is must. Then you need to have JDK 8 and above so that you can get started with the coding. Also for coding you need IDE of your choice. So I'll be using IntelliJ. You can use IntelliJ, STS, Eclipse, or whatever IDE you are comfortable with. Then we will be needing Maven, so that is must. This Spring Initializer is a tooling from a Spring community where we can initialize our application. Okay, so no need of doing all the project setup by yourself. So with this Spring Initializer, you just need to select the project type, whether you want a Maven project or Gradle project. Then you will select the language, whether you want a Java, Kotlin or Groovy. So here I am selecting Maven and Java, then Spring Boot version. So I am selecting 2.4.4. Then we need to give the project metadata. So for example, com.techguinness, then artifact ID, hello, Spring Boot. So we can see the description and package name here as well. So packaging, again you can select a jar or var. Then here you can need to select the Java version. So I'm selecting Java 8. You can select your choice, 11 or 16. Okay, then here is the main part, adding the dependencies. So when you select these dependencies, for example I am selecting web, so this web dependency will directly go to your pom.xml. So you can explore this as well. Okay, so once you're fine, you can download it. So we'll see, once you download it will be a zip file, so you need to extract it. We just extract it. Now we can see, yeah, so you have the whole Maven project setup already here. So let's get started with by importing this project. I will just importing the POM into my IntelliJ. So we are ready with our project. So let's see what is there in the pom.xml. Yeah, so we can see the parent, it is our Spring Boot starter parent, which is the version we have selected, 2.4.4. Then group ID, artifact ID, which we have selected and given Java version. So basically you can see this, I have added the web dependency which is coming here, Spring Boot starter web. Then it automatically added one test dependency as well. Then Spring Boot Maven plugin for building the project. Okay, so this was about the POM file. Let's see the structure. src for source directory, then main, then we'll have Java directory. Inside this we have this application class. So this is the main application class of our project, and it is annotated with @Spring Boot application. Inside that it is a simple method, public static void main, and here we are running using the Spring application class .run. Okay, so let's run this class and see what will happen. Famous banner Spring Boot. Yeah, so you can see Tomcat started on port 8080 with context path blank. Okay, so we can see that we already are getting a Tomcat server, so the application is running on Tomcat. So let's go here and see what will happen if we run this. Yeah, so that means that our application is running. We'll go and create a package called controller. Okay, in this we'll add one class hello controller. So this controller, yeah, we'll add this as a git file. We'll annotate with rest controller. So basically now this controller will act as a rest controller, so that all the requests will be coming here. Okay, so let's just give a simple method, public string, say hello. We'll return hello from Spring Boot. Okay, now main thing is giving the path. So we'll use one more annotation, get mapping. So basically this get mapping will treat this endpoint as a get endpoint, and here we'll give the endpoint name. So we'll give the name as hello. Now we are good to go. We'll just restart this application. Now it is faster, you can see. Yeah, so application is started. Let's give hello. Yeah, so we can see hello from Spring Boot. And if you want to give query param, so we can just add request param, the name of the parameter, hello name from Spring Boot. So let's start it. Yeah, our application is started. Let's try it. Name equal to Chandra. Yeah, hello Chandra from Spring Boot. One more thing, for the upcoming video you can see right now we have restarted it around 4 or 5 times. Okay, and it is the application is built from the scratch. So Spring Boot has one more dependency which is very useful in this scenario, which is called DevTools. So with DevTools in place, you need not to restart your application. So once you save your application, the build process will kick up and application will be up and running quickly without building from the scratch. We'll cover it in coming videos. So here we come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Source code is present here. So guys, if you like the video, just like and share, and do subscribe to the channel so that you can get the notification whenever I am loading a new video. Thank you very much.